I16 collectors, it's the Clipper King returning with a modification video on the Hot Toys Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2. Alright, I'm going to do this modification video. One of the guys will send me comments. I think his name is Surrounded by Comments. Has given me a link to a modification on this to make the outfit look better. Now, I'll just say this to start with. I personally think the outfit on this figure is really good anyway. But I'm going to try this modification because if there's a chance I can make it look better, then it's worth taking. And really, the tips I've got, I don't see it doing it any damage. So I'm going to do this video and see how it goes. I'll just say I'm actually downstairs filming this time, and it is tea time in our house. It's normally mayhem. I've got 2 daughters and a son. I'll just say if you can hear EastEnders in the background, it's our lass and daughter watching that bullshit. So just bear with me. So I'm going to start off. Obviously you can see I've got the figure there, got him in a pretty standard pose. I'll just show you that. So that's how he looks before I even start. The things I'm going to use is I've got a spare Hot Toys head, a roll of sellotape, and a bowl of lukewarm water. I've also got a delicious cup of tea. Yummy yum. So like I say, what I'm going to do, I'll say what I want to do first off, and then I'll take you through every step. I'm going to start off, if I show you the figure, I'm going to try and make his hood look a little bit tighter into his face. I'm going to try and take the collars here closer to his uniform. I'm going to bring his shoulder pad down slightly, move everything sort of down on him. It should slimmen him down, make him look longer and slender. Pull his uniform down, like sort of stretch it out so it doesn't look too padded. See if it works. Like I say, I think it looks perfect as it is, but I'm going to do it anyway. Something to do, pass an hour on. So I'll stop the video here and I'll start again at the next step. As you can see now, I've taken off his head, I've removed his hands and his gauntlet and his hand on this side. I've removed the big insignia belt and the red cummerbund underneath. So it just winds around him, the red strap, it's really long. The insignia strap just basically pulls apart at the back. I'll try and show you it fitting on that section. This section, we just basically pushed into that section. It just separates. Obviously be very careful because it is very delicate. As you see, his head, hands, his blades. So move on, get the rest of his clothes off. Just to show you, the shoulder pad is connected by this black thread, which does like do a figure of 8 around the body. So I'll work it out to get that off, strip him down a little further. As you can see, I've now got his shoulder pad off, and the rope that went round there and back on itself is basically just tied. So if you look, show you the cape, obviously, the shoulder pad, that went under his other arm, and then these bits of lace sort of tied back on themselves. So I've managed to get that off. Next I'm going to take off this shoulder belt and then take off the clothing. Just a quick note, while I've got the cape off, what I've actually done is laid it flat and put the shoulder pad and bent it double, put a really nice crease across the thing just so it hangs symmetrically across his shoulder. As you can see, I've took the other shoulder strap off now. What I will say with this, I've had a good look at it, and you can't adjust the length of it, so I'm going to struggle to make that look any looser than it were in the first place. So although it's got buckles on, they're not functioning buckles, so I'll do my best and see what crack is when it goes back on. While I've got him stripped down to this stage, what I'm going to do is, a few people commented saying the outfit had little bits of thread and such hanging, and as I can see now I've got it stripped down, there is a few little bits and bobs. So I'm going to take tiny set of children's nail cutters, and I'm just going to snip away the loose edges. Okay, as you can see now, I've taken off the outer garment which contains the hood, so now you can see the collars that I'm going to be attempting to lay down and open up a little bit more. The hooded section I took off, as you can see, that's it. When you have got it off as a separate piece, it does feel very bulky, but I suppose that's because of the detail that is on it. So, and what you will notice, going back to the review I did, the costume is more intricate than you really notice. There's bits on it you don't see, and it is, I still stand by the fact it is one of Hot Toys' best outfits. So I'll just show you that section. Put that to one side. That's the bit I'm going to obviously deal with the hood. I'm just going to strip the rest of it down and just keep watching. Right, as you can see, I've taken off his waistcoat area with the really deep collar that he had, this piece. That's now off. I'll just show you on this. As you can see, the loops, it is a proper loop and button system. So if you train this as well, be very careful. The loops are elasticated, which really helps you get them around the button, and it's a really nice touch. Again, like I say, you can see with the detail on this piece, it is fantastic. Anybody who says that this is not a fantastic outfit or it doesn't fit him right can eat my arsehole, because I think it is. You see the shirt, put the light off a minute. Same with the shirt, the intricate detail on the buttons. Again, it's an elasticated loop that goes around a proper real style 1/6 scale button. So I've got him down. I'm going to say on this part of the figure is, most of you know he has got a necklace on. It is covered in plastic. I'm going to take this opportunity to take that plastic off. Underneath it has got like metal beads, so that will be showing. As you can see, he's got tits out for girls, just down to his trousers and his boots. I don't think I'm going to bother stripping them down. There's no need really. So right, keep watching. Right, I've managed to get him stripped off. I've took the plastic off his chain and leave his trousers and his boots on. There's no problem with those. And so what I'm going to do now is, I've got the hooded section. I've got my sellotape, got the an Hot Toys head. This is a spare head that came with the body I used for the Michael Jackson Thriller zombie version. This is the head that came with it. The reason I'm not using the Ezio head is because there is a little bit of risk with this. As you notice, the inside of the hood is red. Now I can't see these clothes have ever been washed before, so basically I didn't want to leave the Ezio head on, wet the hood and let the red dye run onto Ezio's face. Then it wouldn't be worth doing. So that's the reason I've got a spare Hot Toys head. So if the dye does run, it doesn't really matter because it's not an head I'll ever use. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the head inside the hood, like so. So I'm trying this with one hand. I'm going to wet the hood. I'm going to pull it in tight on his face and pull the peak down so it still comes and points down over his nose, and then with the tape I'm going to try and hold that in place while the item then dries back through. Hopefully that will take a little bit of the bagginess out of the hood and also sculpt it around an Hot Toys size head, so when I put the Ezio head back inside it will fit him a lot better. The other section that I'm going to do is damp it down. I'm going to put a lot tighter fold in the collar there, as you can see, and on the other side, and maybe even steam that above the boiling kettle just so it sort of irons it into place. I'm not going to use a proper steam iron because obviously I don't want to risk burning the outfit, but I think if I steam it above the kettle it will basically iron in a crease so the collar lays flat down. So I'm going to try all this and hopefully it works, so keep watching.